Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are around the world. It's just half 30 minutes after 32 minutes after 3 UK time. Today is 21st of September 2023. I am Kodili-nye. Let's discuss. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Help to get it to 1,000 this month before the end of this month. Like and comment. We started with early in the morning about the tree. We can actually discuss many other things as well. It's been raining also. The rain just stopped and the sun came out again. And it's been a wonderful day. In the morning was the sun came out, and later on the rain started. And now again the rain has started again. So you see, I'm moving in a wooded area, a pathway. It's beautiful when you go in this area, the environment. I want to focus on my Nigerian fans because a lot has been drawing my attention and what's going on in Nigeria, especially in eastern Nigeria, Anambra State, to be precise, concerning the environment. What can we do to get our environment going? And what can we do to make our states a livable area and prosperous? We'll be discussing about that now. It's not a rocket science to change the narrative. Let me begin by discussing about the Anambra State. It's not a rocket science. As the governor says that he comes to Governor Soludo of Anambra State, Soludo of Anambra State, talked about making it a livable area. That's a commendable statement, but it must be matched with actions. Let us see this place also. You see, you can see this is one of the things we can create in our cities. This is part of the city of London as well. But you can see what they created here. They created water reservoir. This is artificial pond or lake. And you can see a lot of over 50,000 fishes in this, and other aquatic creatures. Some of them you will not see, but you can see the function of this is basically to mitigate against flooding. It helps to mitigate against flooding in this area. There are many of them in this area. When you get to the level, there are some pipes on the edges that take the water slowly to the other pond, from that pond to another one. There are many of them here in this area. So what it does is basically to control flooding, because although that this area in London doesn't have that heavy downpour, but there can be massive flooding, and that can cause a lot of devastation, both to properties and life of people. But you see how they plan it with the trees and all those things. And this helps also to cool down this area. People come here to sit down also, to think and meditate also. You can see that there's a canopy for function there near this. So they created it. And that's one of the reasons. So can we recreate this in Onitsha, in many places in Onitsha? It can. We can do that. We can, if there is a willpower to do that. If we create it in areas in inland town, like 2 or 3 in inland town, it can also mitigate, help to control and get the flooding to a level that will not bring devastation to the environment. And it's very, very important. It's very, very important to do that. It can be created in using the also Wangene by doing a deep dredging in it, like some of it to be around 40 feet deep. So to contain some of the water before it starts flowing out. You can also create it in Awada, like 4 in Awada, 4 in Ugwaba, in all those areas, so that some of those water can be retained. And by doing that, you can also have water that you can recycle and supply to the city, because you can slowly preserve it and supply it to the city again. That's the beauty of it. And it can also make Onitsha that is very hot to, to start to cool down. You can see the forest they created here. They keep on wooded area. It's an intentional policy. The British Royal Foundation government is a charity that does this, that created this. You can see that tree in front of me is over 100 years. They've been here over 100 years or 200 years, something of that. But if I go near it, I can find the date when this tree was planted. Yeah, you can see the tree. Can we recreate this in Onitsha? Yeah, we can create that, and it will bring, it will turn the Onitsha to a livable area. We can also plant trees around the streets, most of the streets, so that it will bring about a livable city. So there are a lot of things that it doesn't take rocket science to do. It just needs somebody that is dedicated. And these things doesn't actually take a lot of money to do. These are things that we reap from it, because those aquatic animals on it will eventually be something of economic value. And the tourism involved, because people will be coming there to do functions, which the government and the community there will be making a lot of money from. So it's a win-win situation, and the atmosphere will be a bit cool instead of being too hot and dusty. Very soon in Nigeria, in Anambra State, in Onitsha, very soon we'll be entering into dry season. Everywhere will be dusty because there are lack of trees, lack of the roads are full of sand dunes, although that's not what I'm discussing today. But what I'm discussing is basically about this creating all this water reservoir in Onitsha. This one you can see that is up to 3 or 4 plots. This one alone, because it runs from that end, it begins from that end to this end So it's around 4 plots of land, So we can create mini ones, 1 plot, 3 plots there, 4 plots there. So make it mandatory that most of this layout, they should create something like this. So Onitsha can be livable again, but it needs somebody that proactive. And time is also of essence. There's no need of waiting 3, 4, 4 years, 5 years. No, it's something that you plan that within 6 months, I'm going to bring about this change. Some of this, because these things will not take you time to do. Planting trees, building these water reservoirs, every estate, in partnership with the community, in partnership with the landlord association and tenants. And a little recreation area can be installed there with a little token that people pay to go there to see it and do some functions. And at the same time, do 2 things: creating employment, creating a better climate, creating a livable city, and also helping to checkmate the adverse pollution in that city. So it's very, very important for to do all these things. I am still Kodili-nye. What do you think? Can Onitsha come back to life? Do you think this present governor Soludo, do you think he can do this? Do you think he can do this? This thing cannot take him up to 6 months to start to implement. He cannot take him up to 6 months. And I do believe that he lived also in London here and see all these things. And the chief of staff also live in London, not far from me as well. Not far from me. But, it's not something that, we can only say. We need action. And we need to do it in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 6 months. In 6 months, you can accomplish something bigger than this, and some of the trees will start growing. So it's very important for us to, it's very important to discuss. Can Onitsha be changed? You can comment. What do you think? You can suggest what we can do to make the city livable and very, very clean again. I will bring other things. But remember that if we leave the city of Onitsha to die, we are doing a great injustice to ourselves. That city should be competing with Dubai, competing with London, but we cannot allow it to die. So we need to do something. You can see all these trees. I don't know if I check very well, I can see the dates which they planted this tree. You see, they have the work they do here. They have the work they do here. I'm just moving. This is inside a school. I'm moving in. I'm moving around. But you can see how it's done. And you can agree with me that, somebody started this and the whole thing was continued. So what do you think? Can Soludo change Onitsha? Can Soludo change Onitsha? I know that almost getting to 2 years. Some people are saying that they haven't seen much. But can he change Onitsha? On my own part, I am Kodili-nye. I think he can if he start now. I think now is September. He can start doing all those things. He can start immediately doing all those things. To change Onitsha is not a rocket science, especially on the area of this erosion and creating water reservoirs and all those things, and planting trees. I will be discussing also many other things in the subsequent vlogs. But if you have any other thing you want us to discuss concerning Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria, or if you want us to discuss about your city, for my Nigerian fans, I will also, and you can just put what we want us to discuss about, and I will not hesitate to do that for you. So we can change this great city of Onitsha. We can change it. We can do something great there. We can make it a livable and prosperous city, a city that people will be coming from many countries and many other cities to come to live. Very, very important for us to keep this discussion going on. I do believe they will eventually listen, but we need to not only to wait for them, but also to do our own part. We can also do our own part if we determine. We can change the narrative if we determine, and I do believe eventually will bring about great change. It's important to keep on advocating for a renewed city, keep on speaking to the authorities, and also doing our own part. Here everybody does his own part. Since I come in this city, I notice that everybody does his own part, although the government also lead from the front. So meaning that we need to keep on putting pressure on them so that they will also lead in front. You can see now we're trying to cross the road. You can see the trees. So everywhere there is trees, they plant the trees. You can see the trees. That's the beauty of this place. You can see the trees. Let's see if the ancient tree that was I saw this morning around 7 something in the morning, if it's still there. It looks like it's still there. Maybe the council has not come. I'm still walking past there. Hopefully they will do justice to it. They will do justice to it by removing it. Hopefully. I know it has been the wind and the rain it was raining cats and dogs yesterday, even the night and even early this morning, and the wind was so great. This is an ancient tree I was commenting about. This tree, I've known this tree for something like over 20 years. I've been in this area. I've seen the tree. You can see, I don't know, look at the roots. Look at the roots. Look at the roots. It seems because the roots. This is an ancient tree. I don't remember the name precisely. You can see the squirrel on it was already eating some of the things from it. This is massive. This is massive. God. But this tree alone bring, and with others, bring a lot of nice feelings here. You can see the tree. You can see the tree. You can see block the pathway. This is the pathway. Block the pathway. You can see. That's you can see the pathway. You can see. That's the tree. If you know the name of this tree, you can comment. You can comment. You can comment. Some of others. This one is much older. The fallen one is much older. What do you call this tree? Can somebody remind me about this tree? The name again? I've forgotten the name. What is the name? If you know the name, can you let me know the name? So as we're discussing about Onitsha. That's supposing we planted all these trees, making it green. You can see how green the place is. Everywhere was, this is how they do it here. You can see how green. This is how green the whole place is. You can see. You can see. The tree was, So supposing we all decide that we had enough. That between now till next year, between now and April, that we will change Onitsha. And everything is mobilized. The people are mobilized. The resources are mobilized. And they say, okay, enough is enough. We want to turn this city around, doing the little ones, because all those ones are little ones. Because those little ones will change the city. In subsequent vlogs, I'm gonna bring about other things like the sandals on the roads, how to expand the roads in that city, which has a lot of narrow roads, and having a footpath for the people, making sure those shanties, attachments on those major streets